Title: Fate of Leon, written by Christine T. Pahana. Chapter 6: Setback. Peeking above from the page he was reviewing, he tilted his head down to take a better look at me over his bifocal glasses. Your resume looks impressive, Maya, but I'm curious. Why waitressing when you can be out there saving lives, earning 5 times as much? My 7th job interview in 5 weeks, and I'm convinced that maybe I should revise my resume and leave out my past experience just to avoid the same exact question. First of all, it's not about the money. It's a personal choice that I chose, and if you are to ask me why, then I'm sorry to disappoint you because I refuse to explain a tragic event that took place in my life that I so eagerly want to forget to someone who I hardly even know, realizing the TMI that I unnecessarily blurted out. Try me, said the interviewer, looking curious. I'd rather not. At this point, the facial expression of the interviewer was enough to say it all. Very well. I appreciate your honesty. We will call you next week when there is a position available. A contradiction to the wanted ads, stating they needed 3 waitresses within a week. Why do I even bother? I seem to subconsciously sabotage my own interviews. Am I telling myself, am I done with this waitressing thing? Is it because I'm not panicking because I have so much in my savings that I can live comfortably for a good year? Maybe I should just take a break and wait after Thanksgiving. A good 3 weeks to decompress. I think I deserve it. Driving home, I noticed how bare my yard was and how neglected my cute little beach cottage home looked. The light blue paint on the wooded panels wearing out thanks to the corrosion of the humid air. One of the disadvantages living so close to the beach. I guess that's one of my many projects I can concentrate on till my trip up to the North Hills. Hey, Maya, Mr. Henderson from across the street waving at me. Hello, Mr. Henderson, waving back. I've been tempted at times to call him Mr. Crinkles because he has the whole Santa Claus thing going on. The long gray beard, black framed glasses, red suspenders, and a jolly belly. Mr. Henderson is retired, and his wife passed away years back. To keep himself busy, he voluntarily becomes our neighborhood watchdog. Anything he sees suspicious, he lets us know. I don't watch TV, so I usually go to him for updates to what's going on in the world, and once in a while I check out with him on the daily gossip. He is my personal resource. As I was parking my car in the garage, he approaches me. I almost forgot to give you these. Mr. Henderson handing me over an envelope and a business card from the Vineyard Trattoria. Behind it, it was Gabriel's signed name and phone number. I got suspicious of the two. I knew you weren't home, and the two seemed they were scanning your house, so I approached them. The envelope is from an attractive blonde woman who I later recognized. I remember seeing her with you a couple of days ago, and the business card is from the actor, Gabriel Lennox. How do you know him? He's an acquaintance. Did they come together? Oh, no. The blonde woman came first, then 2 hours later it was Gabriel. Did they say anything? Well, the blonde told me to tell you that she's sorry, and that's when she handed me the envelope to give to you. Gabriel, who I had a pleasure of talking with, told me that it's important that you call him, and that it's urgent. Urgent? What is so important that it involves me? Are you going to call him? I think you should call. Yes, I will, Mr. Henderson. Make sure you call him once you get in the house. You should never keep a gentleman waiting. Yes, I will. I promise, Mr. Henderson. Talk to you later. Closing the garage while he was saying goodbye. To the right of me, walking to my house, was the hallway leading to the room where Samantha briefly stayed. I went in and confirmed that she took all her stuff and left the room as clean as it was when she first moved in. She even washed the bed sheets and the comforter and left it folded at the foot of the full-size bed. She must have been here for a while waiting for me. On the opposite side of the hallway was my room. Everything was in place, except the alarm clock that she gave me. Pretty petty of her, but it was a good thing she took it, 'cause I didn't like the damn thing anyway. I checked in the living room, kitchen, the second guest room to see if any valuables were taken. After what happened, you can never be too careful or trust anyone. I sat myself down on the kitchen table, opening the envelope. In it was a copy of my house key. This reminds me I should call the locksmith and change all my locks in the house. Also in it was a letter. Maya, I'm really sorry for everything. The way you reacted about the contract confirmed to me you had no idea what was going on. There was something about you, Maya, that I know was very innocent. When Danny called me that night to tell us we were to entertain the Lennoxes, I tried to convince him that maybe you weren't ready. I should have told you the truth that night, but I was afraid if I did, you wouldn't go through with it. There was a lot at stake had you backed out, and I didn't want to risk your safety and mine, so I thought going along with it would probably grant you immunity to speak and leave no serious consequences behind. If there's one thing I regret, was that I lost a good friend. I wish you well, Maya, and I hope you find it in your heart to forgive me. Always and sincerely, Samantha. I know in some way Samantha is a good person, but I can't get myself to forgive her, at least not now. I'm too broken to do so, and with this hanging over me, I can't handle any other news. I'll wait to call Gabriel tomorrow. As I was getting myself ready for bed, my mind kept on repeating that memory of Gabriel on my rearview mirror. The feeling of guilt was coming back. I looked at my old clock. It was 11 p.m. No, it's too late. I will just call tomorrow. I looked again. It was 11:30. I thought to myself, if this guilt is going to keep me awake, I might as well call. It was 4 rings, and a female voice answered. I hung up and redialed, thinking I'd just have dialed the wrong number. This time it was a voicemail that picked up. I didn't bother leaving a message. I thought he told me he had no time for anyone, no time for a love life, no time. Wait, I'm jumping into conclusion. Why in the heck would it bother me if he does have someone in his life? It's not like he can stay without a girlfriend forever. He is too gorgeous not to. To heck with it. I'll call him tomorrow.